welcome to this afternoon's session. So it is the last session of the week. We've got the Friday New York session. London is going to close in about an hour, so I just thought I'd hop on and do a quick rundown of where we are with the open position ratios and the charts. If you're new to the channel, which basically everybody will be because it's quite a new channel, thanks for watching. It's really nice to have people interested, and as I've said in my channel description, everything I do is completely authentic. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I will tell you the absolute truth. I'll show you my view on the world in terms of where the charts are. Trading is all about discipline. It's about accepting that you're going to lose. It's about selecting your trades really carefully according to your plan, which you will have back tested. We'll do a session on back testing software and things like that. But yeah, you need to have back tested so that you can rely on your system and that the numbers work. But you accept your losses and you accept your profitable trades in the same way. You treat them both equally in your from your mindset. Right, let's dive into it. Okay, so it's 4:23 in London. It is 11:23 a.m. in New York City, and it's the middle of the night in Tokyo. Okay, here we go. So those are updated market positions. So we'll have a look at the pound New Zealand. First of all, let's clean off our charts as we normally do. Just to let you know, I wouldn't place any trades on a Friday afternoon. It's not terribly wise, but we do need to keep tabs on where we're at with our current trades if we have any, and just basically to check out where the market's at. It's always good to keep abreast of it all. Okay, so the pound New Zealand, we've got 67% of retail traders are short, so we'd be looking to go long on this pair, but we wouldn't go long on that little lot. So let's just have a quick look at where we're at with the relative open position ratios. £2, so plus 43. Okay, so we're getting less bullish on the open position ratios. I don't think it's selected its level yet. Let's have a look. It's bearish on the 1 moving average. It is bullish on the 4 moving average, so we need some consensus on that. If you want to learn about the moving average, I uploaded a moving average video with basically the history of the indicator, why some of the most successful traders ever have basically used that as their holy grail mechanism for sifting trades. Anyway, here we go. So pound New Zealand, no trade so far. Perhaps that was an old trade that I entered. Perhaps it's going to find a level somewhere here. Maybe it'll move down to our moving average again. Go check out the moving average video. But looks to me like it might fall off the cliff on, say, perhaps on the Asian session Sunday night, and then we'll be back in business on Monday morning ready to trade that bad boy. Okay, so let's have a look. Pound yen, 66% of retail traders are short, so potentially we could go long, but we're not going to. We're going to have a look at this first. So pound yen, 42%. As I said before, actually it's coming up to the moving average, so I'm going to move it up to that bucket. As I said before, you can get these the relative open position ratios from Harmony Technologies. I don't get any commission at the moment, maybe one day, but I don't get any commission or anything from promoting their products now, but I do think it's interesting to track, and maybe you will too. But anyway, I can put you in touch with them if you want to receive the hourly email, which it is. Oh, so, sorry, pound yen, what did we say? Where are we? Pound yen, 42%. Hey Bunny, this is Bunny, my cat, who comes to sit with me. So Bunny, I just need you to move. Okay. 42%. Where are? Sorry, 40 plus 42. That was the other trade. Can't find my numbers. Here we go. Okay. 42. So it's less bullish on the relative open position ratios. As you can see, it's not bullish at all on the chart. What might it do? Well, we've got quite a key level here, look, where the market touched it prior to today. Oh, there you go. So that's a little interesting one for you. So this was a trade. I can't remember if I took it or not. But I actually showed you this on the previous video. Basically, we've got a little trendy kangaroo tail there, which was beautiful. Oh yes, no, I took the trade. It was a beautiful little kangaroo tail, and it went straight to the target. If I hadn't have been swimming, could have extracted a little bit more profit on that one. I think it'll come down. It's going to at least come there. It possibly will. I'll show you what I perceive it might do. I think we've got a nice bearish candle. Well, not nice, but we've got a bearish candle there. I think it might come down, do a wiki candle, touch our moving average, and then we'll be off to the races. So we can check that one out next week. Keep an eye on it. All right, pound CAD. Love the pound CAD, as you know, perhaps. My son lives in Canada. I live in England, so it's our two currencies. That trade would still be in play. Would I still be in it? Probably not. I didn't take the trade, by the way. I'm going to start marking on here whether I take them or not. I'm probably not marking them if I don't, to be fair. It was just a notional trade, but it looks like it's done perhaps a double top off this order block. Oh no, sorry, let's get back to the 4 hour. Oh yeah. It started off okay, didn't it? So we got a 4 hour Gator signal, but actually no, we would have been out of the Gator signal, sorry, here on this candle. Because the Gator exit is a close below the green moving average if it's in profit, which it was slightly just there, so that would have extracted a tiny bit of profit, but we would not be in that trade now. Okay, we can get rid of that. Okay, pound CAD, pound Swissy. Let's have a look at the OPRs. I'll keep doing this, don't I? Pound Swiss. Where are you? Pound Swiss. Bearish, neutral. Ooh, plus 75. Very bullish, isn't it? On the relative open position rate. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bearish by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, that's actually setting a nice buy trade up if you'd got the open position ratios, which you don't. But that could be a nice buy trade signal. Wouldn't trade it personally, but if it's your system and it would be appropriate, then yeah, go for it. Okay, pound Swiss. Let's have a look what we've got. Oh, sorry, it's not. It's only orange, and we make the distinction between very bearish on the open position ratios moderately bearish on the open position ratios. Euro, pound, let's have a look. We had a trade on this week, as I said. Got stopped out by my rotten broker and prop firm, in fairness. Even though it didn't hit my stop loss, I got gapped out on the spreads at the open. I think it was Tuesday night, Asian session open. But as you can see, it would be in profit now by about half an hour. But anyway, that's that. We like, as I say, we have to learn to take the losses as happily as we take the winners. Okay, euro, pound, minus 96, so it's not changed in the open position ratios. Relative open position ratios, sorry. Okay, euro, pound, euro, New Zealand, which is up here. Let's just check out there. Yeah, I just want to check out the moving averages on these, making sure I've got them in the right bucket. Yep, that's in the right bucket. That's in the right bucket. And that's in the right bucket. Okay, where were we? Euro, New Zealand we've just done, I believe. No, we haven't. Okay, euro, New Zealand. So, what have we got? So I predicted that this would fall from that line, and it's done it. It's gone further than I expected, so we would still be waiting for our little reversal sign. Now it's 4 hours, 4 hour chart, and we do have some liquidity here, here, and here, which we could collect. Yeah, it's not finished. Look at it. It's very, very bearish, and in fact, it's just crossed and has closed several times below our moving average on the 4 hours. So it's not a buy trade we would like. It doesn't have the... I'm going to keep it in that bucket because it's still relatively close to the moving average, but yeah, it doesn't... I'm just going to put a note on there. For my reference only, really. We don't have the moving average. Okay. Euro New Zealand, Euro Swiss. Where are we? Here we go. So let's check you out on this. Euro Swiss. Plus 30. So again, our relative OPRs do not match our OPRs. Pound Swiss. Sorry. Swiss plus 30. Sorry about that plane. I'm going to shut the window. A bit quieter for you. Okay, pound Swiss. No, it's a no trade situation because our OPRs don't match. Although it is, if you look at what the chart's telling us, we've got, it's beautifully, it's coming down, touching the MA. And there we have a Gator signal. That's a Gator entry. It's retraced, it's come, and it's opened and closed on either side of the red Gator lines. So technically speaking, that would be a buy from there, probably to there, maybe. But we don't have the numbers. So according to my system, I wouldn't trade that. Again, if you want to, happy days if you've proved your system is... could take that. Okay, Euro Swiss, Euro Singapore. Euro Singapore. Here we go. Okay, so this didn't have any APRs previously. Let's just check it out. Oh. Okay, where are we on this little... Euro Singapore. Oh, minus 95. Okay, so that, my friends, would be a trade, except it's Friday. No OPR. Yeah, so it's a trend line break on the 4 hour. It's also a Gator signal, and the green line has moved below the red, so it's a good Gator signal. The lines are fanning out. we've had a big displacement candle on the 4 hour, and then it's confirmed it's traded below. So yeah, that would be a signal. If you like, it's basically a second confirmation of this trade that I would have already been in had I taken it, but we didn't have the OPRs at the time. So you could say it's a second confirmation. So we'll just leave that on the charts and see where it goes. But yeah, that's that. Euros, Singapore, USD CAD, USD CAD. Where are you? Okay, so USD CAD, we've got 65% of retail traders are short. Let's have a look at this. 56%, so not, yeah, I mean, we could still trade that. I prefer it if this is 60 or above, or 60 or below. Minus 60 and below, or plus 60 or above. If you notice there, I said I think this chart's going to dip down and collect some liquidity. It has actually done that. This was a kangaroo tail, but not a good enough one for you to trade to the top of the box. It's still not finished its descent, has it? I don't think so. So yeah, that's still happening. Let's have a look at the MA1. How we do? No, we don't have the MA1 still. So the moving average on the 1 hour is sorry about that. The moving average on the 1 hour is shown as a bearish signal. The moving average on the 4 hour is shown as a bullish signal. So again, they're conflicting. We wouldn't take that trade until it's made its mind up which direction it's going. Well, I wouldn't. Again, it's your trade. If you want to take it and you're happy with that, that's up to you. Okay, CAD Swiss. So we have the MA on the 4 hour, that's why it's in that bucket. And we have the relative APR. So let's have a look at CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss is 85% of retail traders are long. We've got a minus 33, so we have some discrepancy there. Now, if you look at my arrows, I said I think it's going to come up here, tap liquidity, it's gone exactly to that point. And then I thought it would go down to this area, but in fact what it did is go down to the moving average. Check out the moving average video, because this is what it does, and institutions will tap in when it gets to the moving average. So yeah, so it's hit the moving average, changed its mind, come back, collected some more liquidity. So we're going to have to see where that goes next. Okay, CAD Swiss. Aussie, New Zealand. We're up here, we've only got slight bullishness. Ooh, yeah. What can we say about this old pancake? Aussie, New Zealand. Where are you? Minus 30. Okay, interesting, because I do like to trade this pair, but not with those numbers. So again, I thought it would go down, collect some liquidity. It's done that, and with bells on. Has it completely changed its mind? Completely changed its course? Don't know, but if you look there, we've got quite a nice trend line developing. A touch from the 4 hour order block. So, but minus 30. Now, don't forget, every indicator is slightly lagging, but it is telling us that the direction is changing. Now, it's interesting. So we just have to keep an eye on it. Potentially it's had enough. It's exhausted, it's got to the trend line. We're going to be bullish again. We can actually, let's think about this, because we can move my orange line is always my 4 hour point of interest. So I think we've got a 4 hour point of interest there now. So there we go. I always put an alert on the 4 hour point of interest. So, well, on the pairs I'm interested in. So we have to see what this does, but you know, by Monday, say Monday afternoon UK time, that might be ready for a buy trade all the way up to, say, for instance, I'm going to take that off. There, perhaps, potentially. Anyway, we will see. Okay, Aussie, New Zealand, Aussie, Swiss. Now then, this was a trading pair. Okay, we're still in play. We tapped our liquidity up there, but we weren't stopped out. So, still in play. It's flirting with that moving average, isn't it? What's it doing on the 1 hour? Yeah. Not definitive enough for me, really. Could we change that? Of course we could. We could put it there. Or would we put it there? I think we put it there actually now. Yeah. So it's just tapped and rejected that 4 hour point of interest. 1 hour point of interest. Let's have a look on the 4 hour where that gets us. Yeah. Okay. So it's possibly rejected that for now, but we're going to have to wait and see on that one. It's looking quite bullish. And that is, if we had the OPRs, which obviously we've got bearish and no OPRs. If you look on the daily, the chart was super bearish. It printed this massive bearish candle from quite an interesting area. I would hope by tonight, by close of New York session, that is potentially retraced, but nevertheless, we will see. Okay, that's our Aussie Swiss. Aussie Singapore is here. Okay. We don't have the moving average on the 1 hour. Let's just have a look at our numbers just for the sake of it. Aussie Singapore. Oh yeah, here we go, minus 40. Okay, so it kind of did a bit of a flip where we thought traders were going to change their minds, but then they didn't, and they're back to bearish. I don't think that helps us anymore. Obviously, we're looking to see what it's going to do, and I'm going to move that to there. So yeah, it's reject. It's just double reject actually. Look, that's a double top. So potentially we will have. So excuse that. Yeah, potentially we'll have a sell all the way down to there now. Next week. Not now, but next week. Let's have a look at the MA1. Yeah, we don't have it yet. So we would prefer to see that come down and touch that. But for that, we still have to wait. Dollar Singapore. Where are we? Sorry, I'm finding these. There we go. Dollar Singapore is very bearish on the OPRs. How is it on the relative OPRs? I think it's right at the bottom of our box. It is plus 50 as usual. We don't have any agreement there. So bullish on the relative OPRs. Let's have a look at the MA. Bullish on the 4 hour MA, bearish on the 1 hour MA. Yeah. No trade for me on that one. Next, Swissy. Let's have a look at our Swissy. Swissy plus 38. Do we have the same? Yeah, of course we do. So Ooh, alright. Alrighty. Plus 38. So that's not changed. Still bullish on the relative OPR, but not bullish, not hugely bullish. It's below 40, so we wouldn't really take hold much take that much creed in that. Okay, so we've got a kangaroo tail, but it's in the middle of a big fat old mess, so we wouldn't really trade that. Okay, that's the Swissy. The yen. Yen. Okay, where are we with the relative APRs? On the yen, plus 56. Oops. Plus 56. Okay, what we got going on? 4 hour. Can we create a... Maybe we can. 4 hour trend line? Yeah. From the 4 hour order block, it gives us some idea. We've got these... I mean, it's a beautiful pattern, isn't it, in a way? But it doesn't help as much because... Remember, the yen... This is why this is there. The yen has been... the Japanese government or the Bank of Japan are changing the face of the yen from time to time with these big moves. So that alters the price pattern very much. Not really helping us traders, so basically keep away from it. The Swiss yen did the same old thing. So I could have taken my own advice because look what it did, it dropped off. But I thought because we got a nice trend line. Well, I've only moved this recently, but sorry, I'll put that back. In fact, yeah. So this was a losing trade. It's now dipped, well and truly dipped to below our 4 hour moving average, which is fair dues, it happens. Okay, so let's just have a look at the numbers. What's it saying? 0. Completely neutral on the relative APRs. People don't know what to do. Which, yeah, you can see that. You can actually see that on the chart. Although, if you want to look at pure price patterns, you could argue head, shoulder, yeah, slightly, but it's not. I wouldn't argue it's a good enough head and shoulders, but that potentially that's selling off all the way down to there in this case, which would be the bottom of our box. I have a big, massive box, which is possibly not helpful on the Swiss yen, but it is a beautiful box. But anyway, yeah, again, maybe by the end of this session. So we've got 1 hour and 10 minutes left on this candle, as you can see here. So potentially the bulls will step in and we'll get some of that ground back, but it doesn't help me. Anyway, never mind. As I said, we take the losses with the wins because our wins are always bigger than our losses if we're trading correctly. Okay, well, if that's our system, I should say. If we have an 80% win rate, we don't need to have that system. But okay, let's have a look at the Kiwi numbers. Kiwi. Where are you? Sorry. Lost the Kiwi, it's fallen out of that box. Okay, bearish, neutral on FXSSI and minus 14. So, oh yeah, look, it's going bullish. Minus 14, it's on the bullish side of bearish, if you like. So I did say from here, I thought price would touch this box. Then I thought it would wick. And then I thought it would come back down. Potentially, we're on our way up there. Look at this, our 4 hour moving average. Institutions, what do we know? The 4 hour moving average, so they've wicked in, wicked out. maybe we'll just clip up here on Monday, maybe on the Asian session Sunday night. Take some liquidity here because there's quite a lot, look, and then sell off. So we want these numbers to go more bearish, and we want the price to hopefully, it would be great, that would be a great place to sell the Kiwi. Sorry about that. Great place to sell the Kiwi. Okay. And the New Zealand Swiss. Let's have a see. Where are you, New Zealand Swiss? Yeah, minus 38. Okay, so it's getting more bearish. Minus 38. Sorry, we're not. Ugh. Wrong chart. Minus 38. So less bearish. Let's have a think. So I did predict from there that we would touch this level. Not wrong yet. Let's say. Still time. Okay. Yeah, minus 38. So less bearish. It's gonna go there, isn't it? It really is. But anyway, we will check that out for the future. Okay, let's just have a quick look at silver. Still very bearish on the OPRs. Let's have a look on the relative OPRs. Where are you, gold and silver? Minus 26 and minus 33. So let's just actually we're going to take that out of that box. It's not, it's on the wrong side. So we don't know that. I need to create another box, don't I? Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Oh, relative OPR. No, we don't even have that. Okay. So, gold and silver. Gold is minus 26. Okay, getting more bearish. Minus 26. So what happens with the metals? Not many retail traders trade metals, so potentially we don't trade against the OPRs on metals. So maybe they really are bullish. That's a bullish signal for sure off this 4-hour point of interest. It's a bullish signal. Although the Gator bands are not where we would particularly want them. I'll do a video on the Gator bands actually, because they're brilliant. I love the Gator bands. Okay, no real direction on that, I would say. We've sort of, what have we done? Can we say that we can do this? No. Maybe. Head, shoulders, but it's not at the top of a range, top of a trend, so not great. Okay, now let's have a look at silver. Silver is minus 33, so get more bearish. Minus 33. Now, interesting. So this was a trade that alright, well, it's still in play, just. I thought it was going to, because this is why. So we had a very, very strong displacement candle, and then it retraced back into the displacement candle. But unfortunately this here wasn't a candle we would really want to see on the 4-hour. We would want to see perhaps a little step up, and then on the lower time frames some bearish candles. So that didn't altogether pan out. However, it would still be in play. It wouldn't have stopped it out. And we've got potentially a Gator signal there. So yeah, but probably ditch that. Anyway, that's that one. So I'll go ahead and I'll close the video off now and I'll just finish off all these which don't have any. In fact, let's just quickly zip down them. So that trade didn't take it because we didn't have the OPRs. We didn't have the Greenback Gator bands, to be quite honest. Don't know why I put it on there in the first place. Wouldn't have taken it, and it failed. So there you go. And in fact, look, we got a bullish lighthouse signal. Rocks, lighthouse, light, traded. It would have been better if that would have been a smaller candle. This traded above, so potentially that would have been a buy trade. But anyway, never mind. Okay, so this, again, we didn't have the OPRs. Would have failed, but we didn't have the OPRs, so we wouldn't have taken it. Yeah, let's get red. And I've marked on there, we've got a MA cross on the 4, and we did have an MA cross on the 1, but sorry, MA touch on the 1. Looking bullish to me, that one. So let's just have a look. Oh, it's neutral really. 42%, 52% short, 48% long. Pretty neutral. Okay, so we didn't have the OPRs. We wouldn't have taken this trade, but I was marking it on because I do like the patterns. Let's just check where the relative OPRs are on the Aussie yen, because I do think it prints us some pretty beautiful chart patterns. -20, so it's getting more bearish. -20. But we wouldn't have traded it. We didn't have the OPR, and in fact, okay, so it was trading in a nice channel. Then it fell out of the channel. Then it touched, and then it fell out. And then it touched again, and it touched again, and it touched again. It's genuinely. Let's just see what the actual OPRs are. Oh, sorry, yeah. 42% long. It's going. I think it will next week. Maybe it'll become bullish, and maybe our trade would actually ban out and work. But I'm going to keep it on there because, or am I? No, I'm not. I delete it. It's not one I would have taken. I can't honestly stand by that, so I won't stand by it. Could we redraw our channel given the extra information that we now have? Could we say that that was a touch and they are touches? Yeah, we could. Not ideal because it didn't come back and touch that. So then maybe we take it. Sorry. Maybe we can redraw our channel here. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's making a pattern, isn't it? It's touching the channel a few times, coming down, touching the channel a few times, touching the channel a few times, and it seems to be perhaps ready to fall, which the OPRs are telling. The relative OPRs are actually indicating, but anyway. Euro Aussie, love this chart, but okay, so we did come down and collect the liquidity which we wanted. I didn't put a thing on that. So yeah, yeah, I see what I meant here. So Euro Aussie. Let's just double check our numeros. 37% short. It's getting bearish. So it's getting suitable to trade. Now, what do we think it will do? I still think this is a possibility, although we just done that really, haven't we? Did not great. Unless, no, tapped into our liquidity again. Okay, let's move on for our point of interest to there. That makes a little bit more sense right now. And then, obviously, we're going to keep altering our charts as we go along because the market gives us more information, and if we're smart, we use updated information. So now, We don't have the moving average, that's right. So we're waiting for it to calm down and touch the moving average and decide what to do. I think what we will get, actually I'm going to alter that. I think we're going to we're going to capture some liquidity in that area and then fall now. I think we're going to ding, 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 ding. Price is going to be squeezed into this area, perhaps collect liquidity, and then we're off to the races. And then we'll have our moving average on our side on the 4 hour, and it's already on our side on the 1 hour, so cool. All right, so that's potential trade for next week, but we need a few things to line up for us. Once we've got those, cool. All right, no moving average 4, but in the box, and the relative APR was sliding bullish, as in less bearish. Let's just check what the Aussie USD is telling us on here. Neutral, minus 44. Okay, so that's not changed. And interestingly, it's just, look what it's doing. Yeah, so maybe our trade will work, but we wouldn't have taken it. Do I take it off? Do I remove it? It was a very pretty pattern in the bottom of the box. I'll leave it on there. I'll leave it on because our relative APRs were sliding bullish, and that is important to us. Okay, failure again. Failure on CAD yen. But we didn't have APRs or relative APRs, so let's just delete those. We wouldn't have taken them anyway, but I thought they were good price patterns, but nah, no dice. And so we've got our moving average touch. What's it doing? Let's have a look. Going in neutral, minus 25. Yeah. No, can't make this work for it at all. Pound. Greenback, as it's known. Pound USD. Neutral, plus 21. So, no tray. It's on the right side of the moving average, but it's neutral in the APRs. That's got a nice buy signal, but we can't take it because it's not a signal for ours. What do we do with this old boy? Maybe that's our new 4 hour point of interest. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. We didn't take it, we didn't have the right signal, and it failed anyway. Because it didn't have the right signals. Okay, Aussie CAD, love this chart. Again, it's gone in our direction, it didn't have the right signal, so we wouldn't have actually taken it. Actually, I'm going to get rid. We do it on the failures, we do it on the winners. It's equal dues. But let's be honest, probably going to go there, isn't it? So we put an arrow on it. No, we'll put an arrow when it gets to its moving average, I think. Pound Aussie. Oops, daisy, the arrow. What can we say about this? So that was our channel, which was yeah, no, I'm not keen on that channel, if I'm brutally honest. Maybe you could argue that that was the channel, but even then, we didn't get a second touch there, so nah, let's get rid. Guess what it could be? Could be one of these. No, it's not even that, is it? We need another touch somewhere else. This, look at that. Actually, really beautiful. Reverse head and shoulders. So reverse head, shoulders, you could have potentially bought there, but then the stop loss would have been quite wide because it's reversed back to there. But yeah. Anywho, I'll get rid of that. even though it's in profit. But like I said, it's just a notional trade. So what do we think is going to happen on the pound Aussie? 4 hour. Depends. Let's just see what our numbers showing as 47% short. So we would be looking to short that. Let's just have a look. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie, where are you? Pound Aussie. Neutral, plus 24. Okay, so it's going bullish. It's going bullish, but the OPRs are bearish, but the MA is bullish. Let's get rid of that. Didn't actually do what I thought it might do there. I thought it might collect some liquidity, but it did it a little bit later. Oh, I think I know what I was thinking. If it did, I might buy it at this point here, but it didn't, so forget that. Euro. What can we say about your euro? Neutral minus 50. Okay, so it's going more bearish on the relative OPRs. Minus 50. No, yeah. Okay, so what this meant to me was that how many technologies have done a bit of research on these relative OPRs, and the euro is one of the highly, if you like, the relative OPR is a very good indicator. It's 80% successful as an indicator on its own. So hence why I put that. But I think, I know, I was just saying it was a 1 hour. I was thinking it was a. Let's just see what I thought. So my view on this world was I was looking for a sell. So really we would be looking for that to be minus 60 or less. So we didn't really have the relative OPRs, but what was I trying to achieve? I think I was saying that we got a Gator signal there, which we did, except the green moving average was not doing what we really wanted to do. Then I was thinking from there, if we collect a bit more, if we retrace into that candle, it would be a sell signal. Now, it did actually, so, but it's all a bit, there's really no point in talking about it because really this should be more than 60 when we take the trade. If to be absolutely precise. So what can we say? Let's just have a look where the retail trade is. 50-50 exactly. So yeah, we need some decision basically. We need a decision. Let's just have a look. We don't have a decision. Is that our? That's one. Perhaps there. Yeah, I think no. So I've just changed the goalpost slightly. Let's just see what this trend line would actually have done in the real world. Obviously, this is with the information that we now have, which we didn't have at the time. Yeah, okay. 50-50, but negative on the relative OPR. So we would basically be looking for a sell. We've just collected some liquidity up there. Will we go back, collect some more, and then fall? We don't know. We don't have enough information. Okay, let's have a look at XRP. Okay, so, please, let's get above this trend line. Oh, that's the 1 hour. Sorry, I thought we were on the 4 hour there. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice if XRP could show some bullish moves. Mainly because I've got a long-term investment in XRP. So, and on Onyx, but what can we do with that? Not a lot. It's a big fat mess. Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin has broken. Do we say? Broken-ish out of the box. Not really decided what it's doing, is it? We got 2 touches and 3 touches. So potentially it is looking a bit bullish. Be absolutely fair. But there's a lot of liquidity there, isn't there? Okay, ETH. Key level. Let's see what it does. Okay, right. Well, thanks very much for sticking with it. Hopefully you maybe, I don't know, learned something. It would be good if you did. Anyway, nice to see you all, and I'll be back with a weekend update, clean off all these charts, and get a weekend. I'll do a weekend update with the charts that I'm looking for next week. Yeah, that's all good. I'll do a video on perhaps on the Gator indicator. If you want any other videos, let me know in the comments. If you'd like to know my view on anything else. I'm not a world expert, but I've been doing this for some time, and I will try and help you wherever I can. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great weekend, and as my mentor says, happy trading. Take care.